Good afternoon, Derby fans. We are about to start our game. I don't know which one it is. In pink, we have the Fort St. John Killbillies from Energetic City Roller Derby, and in white, from Eville City Roller Derby, we have the Living Dead.
Starting as jammer for our pink team is Boom Boom Betty, who's still working her way through the pack out in corner 1.
Coming around for a scoring is Lemon, number 94 for Eville in the star. She's out and through and will pick up 5 points.
First pass by our pink jammer. The pack picking up speed as we go into turn 2.
Kurt So Good calls a no pack, and that'll be a whistle. I had to catch myself because I was about to announce where she was. I'm like, ah.
Okay, so these guys are, sorry, I gotta write that giant.
That's fine. It's like, man, I'm mad I fell my hat. They're off and running. Number 96 for Eville, Lil Swift jamming.
Junkyard Joe getting through on turn 2 as the pink jammer.
Nope, that's colorful. Oh wait, yes. Pink and white.
So Evil on the board again with a few more points that jam. Still a goose egg there for Energetic City Killbillies.
Stella R. Sniper in the star for Eville, up against number 97, Mitz, or Killbillies.
Lurch hitting out Mitz and drawing her back.
Stella Sniper grabs lead jam.
Evil still holding the Energetic City jammer back as we head into turn 3.
Lurch and friends giving Mitz a run for her money.
Some solid work here in turn 4. Jammer continuing to make jammer going to the penalty box. Both of our jammers
will release the other one.
So Stella Sniper getting pushed out as she almost made it through the pack at the front end.
Looks like she'll pick up 5. Freddie Bruiser, the pivot for the Killbillies, having a break in the penalty box. Track advantage to Eville.
Blonde Momentum doing her best to keep that jammer's momentum down outside of the front of the pack. Currently, both teams having a blocker in the penalty box, so just 3 blockers for each of those jammers.
Four more points for Eville, and that'll be that. And Mitz puts her crew on the board.
So Sweet and Innocent taking on Boom Boom Bethy on the jam line. We see the pack setting up near the pivot line this time. Bit of a different play than their last few jams.
Gives the jammer some time to pick up a little speed.
Boom Boom Bethy getting a cut track and heading to the box along with a fellow blocker friend. So we have 2 pinks in the box.
Got a white blocker joining them. And lead jam to Evel.
So Pack taking the time to reform in turn 3. Lurch sweeping in,
Nice
putting
sweep.
some space for the jammer. Boom Boom Bethy getting out of the box as jammer and quickly zooming through on turn 2.
That'll be a no pack call.
So next up we have Lil Swifty lining up for Evil against number 13, Junkyard Joe from the Killbillies. Once again, the Pack lining up at the pivot line, giving these guys some leg room.
Evel out front grabbing lead.
Some nice O from her blockers there. Unfortunately, the pink jammer getting knocked out on turn 3. We have a Evil pivot and a Energetic City blocker heading into the box.
Got a speedy pack on this go round. Looks like Junkyard Joe will take a seat.
And she'll be joined by another blocker, so there's a full house there of the Killbillies.
Power jam and track advantage goes to Evel. Little Swifty looking to take advantage of it.
So KO and T-Bone getting ready as the 2 blockers on the track, holding their own in turn 3. They have been rejoined by their fellow blocker, Becca Ganarekia.
Junkyard Joe back to the back of the pack, looking to make her way through.
Killbillies trying their best to bridge out and hold the Evil jammer, but she gets through and now calls it off with just a couple seconds left in that jam.
The 7th annual Flat Track Fever is hosted by Chinook City Roller Derby, Calgary's only co-ed roller derby league. Check us out online at chinookcity.ca. Lining up on the jam line this go-round, we've got number 97 Mitts for the Killbillies.
And Stella and our sniper getting through for a lead jam from Evil. The pack heading into turn 3 with some action trying to clear some space.
Mitts got through nice and quick, quicker than many of the jammers have so far. And she'll call it. Nice hit it and quit it.
Next up on the jam line for Evil, we have Sweet and Innocent taking on number 3, Broom Boom Bethy from the Killbillies. Both teams at full strength, nobody in the penalty box to start this jam.
And lining up on the jam line instead of the pivot line this time, just for a little change of pace.
Boom Boom Bethy aiming to take the inside, gets held up, but it was cuts to the...
And that's lead jam for the Killbillies. I think their first of the game. Sweet and Innocent having some trouble up front.
Freddie Bruiser heading to the box, as well as the Evil pivot heading to the box.
Sweets has completed her initial pass.
And Boom Boom Bethy getting her points out of turn 1 and calling off the jam.
Junkyard Joe and Lil Swifty heading up in the stars. Both pivots will rejoin the pack. Evil out front with lead.
Meanwhile, Killbillies jammers still hanging back into turn 3, being held up by the Evil pack.
Freddie Bruiser will return to the penalty box.
Junkyard Joe on the outside of turn 1, following a fairly fast-paced pack here, taking the inside line to get through.
So there goes lead jam status. We're going to go for a full 2 as Lil Swifty takes a seat in the box.
Junkyard Joe enjoying a power jam situation, getting some offense. Junkyard Joe working to push through on that inside line. Evil holding well and forcing her to go to the outside.
Lemon will bring her back.
Meanwhile, Little Swift has returned to the track.
And Charlie Horse is in the box. Thank you to Peterson Contracting for sponsoring our beer garden, which is now open, folks. Peterson Contracting, a multi-trade company. See us for all your electrical, plumbing, gas, and HVAC needs. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Peterson Contracting.
So current score of the game, we have Evil at 70 points, followed by Energetic City's 21 points. For those of you just joining us, the white team is the Living Dead from Evil City Roller Derby up in Edmonton, and the pink team is the Kill Billies from Energetic City Roller Derby up in Fort St. John, British Columbia. So thanks to both those teams for making the trek down to Calgary for the weekend.
Number 97, Mitz in the star for the Kill Billies, and 009, Stella R. Striper for the Living Dead.
Pack setting up quite far up at the pivot line. Evil doing the toast up pivot thing that should require everyone's hips to be behind her. Ultimately, both jammers still working their way through the pack.
Both running into some tough walls. And Stella's out front with lead.
Pack reforming itself with a bit of pace, heading into turn 4. And it looks like we have a Living Dead blocker, number 54, going to the box, or 64, Attica Flinch.
Stella will call it as Mitz flies along the outside and has to run on back.
So the Living Dead will start with one of their blockers in the box. Boom Boom Bethy of the Killbillies taking on Sweet and Innocent of the Living Dead on the jam line. The jammers being the ones with the helmet covers that have the pretty stars on them.
And the pivots in the stripes.
Bit of jammer play here. Boom Boom Bethy looking to show her strength and ultimately falling down, but leading through to lead jam status. Oh, no.
She'll get out just ahead to get knocked back, and we'll call it. Little Swifty from Evil and Boom Boom Bethy on the line. The pack taking kind of a middle ground formation.
Both teams starting this jam at full strength with nobody in the penalty box. Living Dead pivot, taking advantage of that whistle, getting a blocker out. Unfortunately, it looks like there was a penalty on that play. Boom Boom Bethy this time indeed getting lead jam. A bit of shuffling amongst the pack as it goes with some speed into the straightaway. Boom Boom Bethy took the inside line, looked to call it off, but unfortunately got a cut, which means she's heading to the box, and lead jam status has gone.
Let's go for a full 2. Little Swifty working on that front wall. Evil almost successful in their break the plaque tactic.
Living Dead looking to shake things up on the pack and clear some space for their jammer, although Little Swifts really have to work for these points this round. Hit out on the inside and now cycling back. Meanwhile, Boom Boom Bethy returns from the box somewhat unnoticed and gets through on the inside line.
Just dances through the pack to pick up some points.
Both teams down a skater in the box. It looks like there's actually 2 Killbillies.
Big shoulder from Lurch in the pack.
Boom Boom Bethy getting through on the inside line. Both jammers skating in stride with each other around turn 3.
And that's 2.
While you're down in Calgary, feel free to stop by and check out Nerd Roller Skates, your specialist for all things roller skate and roller derby, skate fittings, wheels, hardware, protective gear, and more. Open 6 days a week in Calgary and online at www.nerdskates.com for people who roll.
Junkyard Joe and Stella our sniper lining each other up the back pack. We're off and rolling.
Stella taking advantage of a no-pack situation to get through just beyond turn 2 and get lead jam.
Junkyard Joe in the box giving a power jam.
Right now the Killbillies only have 2 blockers on the track. KO being one of them, just pushed down on the outside.
Atticus Finch with a nice big shoulder there.
Some solid work by those 2 blockers, slowing down Stella as the jammer. It's all you can expect when there's just 2 of you, at least slowing the jammer down helps stop the bleeding.
Francis Breakham will rejoin the pack. And the penalty box is emptied out.
Sweet and Innocent on the line for Living Dead.
And number 97 Mitts in pink for the Killbillies. Lurch and friends lining up in their diamond formation.
Pink jammer pushed outside. Oh, white jammer also pushed outside on lane 4 and being pulled back behind the jammer line.
Both sets of blockers implementing a jammer recycling program. Mitt squeaks through on the inside to grab lead.
Pack continuing to move around the track. Both those jammers having to skate for their points. Mitt's getting through and calling off the jam.
But not before 2 points were picked up by Evel. bringing our current score with 7 minutes and 40 seconds left to 34 for Energetic City and 104 for Evel.
Lil Swifty from the Living Dead taking on Boom Boom Bethy. Both of them being taken out slightly on the inside line. No pack situation helping Little Swifty get through at the front of the pack heading into turn 3 to get lead jam status.
The pack picking up speed. Making those jammers chase them. Swifty will get through and call it.
So it's interesting, this game, a lot of pivot line starts versus back at the jam line, which certainly isn't a way a lot of the other teams play.
Oh, they heard you and changed their mind.
Both sets of blockers holding strong this round. However, 13 getting through on the inside line for Killbillies, getting lead jam.
Successful star pass to Charlie Horse.
Junkyard Joe being held up in corner 3.
Former jammer, Sniper, will take a penalty.
We also have a Killbilly blocker going with a penalty there, number 25, Blonde Momentum.
Lurch doing some face-to-face blocking, and Junkyard Joe will call it off.
So Mid's taking on Sweet and Innocent. Killbilly starting with one of their blockers in the box. As well as Living Dead, one of their blockers in the box, but standing, meaning that they have less than 10 seconds remaining in their penalty.
Mitz gets bumped out and has to come all the way to the back, start over.
Sweet and Innocent getting through and as lead jam out of turn 2.
That'll be a cut track to Mitz.
Sweet and Innocent trying to take advantage of a power jam situation. There was a sweep attempt there, and one of the pink blockers goes to the box.
I believe it was for a multiplayer infraction.
So that call-off means Lil Swift is starting off this jam unopposed. So power start here.
We'll take a little different lineup off the front this time. And it'll work to her advantage. She's out front, grabs that lead.
The pivot really stepping up in that play to look to create a hole for the Living Dead jammer. Little Swift continuing to go through on turn 3. They have to go off. Pack loosely formed in turn 1 and called off by Living Dead Jammer. So the score now, we have the Living Dead at 129 and the Kill Billies at 41. We have just under 2 minutes left in this half of the game. And we have the Kill Billies calling for an official review.
Girls on Track Foundation. Did you know that by age 14, girls are dropping out of sports at twice the rate of boys? Girls on Track wants to change that stat. Learn more about expanding access to roller derby for girls in their teens at girlsontrackfoundation.org.
We do have some of our young roller derby folks helping us maintain the track right now, putting down some of the tape to keep the rope solid. If you've never been to a live roller derby game, that track actually does have a piece of rope along the edges to help you feel where the edges are
so
when
you
you're
can
skating.
feel your penalty when you get that cut track.
Yeah, essentially. It reminds you.
All right, so the challenge was that the Kill Billies were looking for a high block call on the white jammer in that last jam. The call is sustained. The white jammer will start in the box.
So because they won their official review, they will still have one in this half.
For the next minute and 40 seconds.
So Boom Boom Bethy taking advantage of her power start to get lead jam and cycle through quickly.
Power start and that full white penalty box.
Yeah, Boom Boom Bethy calling it off with just 2 Living Dead blockers on the track. As well, the jammer's still in the box, so a wise call off, letting her team once again start in a power start situation.
Junkyard Joe on the line with a power start.
Living Dead Lurch and the Pivot taking on the pink blocker, knocking her down just before turn 2. Meanwhile, Living Dead Jammer's return from the box and actually gets lead jam. So Little Swift returning from the box mid-play there and getting lead jam.
Charlie Horse, the pivot for Evil, back in the box.
Little Swift getting out with some hard yards there to get a few more points. KO, a bit of a shoulder action on Little Swift, but she pops through for another round of points. Killbillies still have one blocker in the box.
Pack's picking up a little speed, and that'll be the half. Shout out to Rydell Skates, proud sponsor of the Flat Track Fever. And as we go into this 15-minute halftime intermission, just a reminder that the beer gardens are open and to check out all the great sponsors here today.
So we're returning shortly to the second half of our game here with the Killbillies from Energetic City taking on the Living Dead from Evil. If you are here in town, there's a beer garden hosted by sponsored by Peterson Contracting. Go behind the lovely snow fence and banners if you would like a beverage.
All right, that's the 5-second whistle. Getting ready to start our second half here with the Energetic City Killbillies and the Evil Living Dead.
So Sweet and Innocent from the Living Dead taking on Boom Boom Bethy for this first jam of the second half. Both of them looking to go through the inside. Still fighting through on the turn one. Sweet and Innocent getting through on the outside. Lurch going to the box as a Living Dead blocker. Meanwhile, Sweet and Innocent continuing her points pass.
Charlie Horse organizing a back wall. Sweet and Innocent will call it off.
For any of you guys watching on the live feed, taking a look at the bench, you might see the regularly Fort McMurray Doug Drillmore helping out with the Living Dead today.
Little Swifty and Junkyard Joe lining up.
Living Dead starting with just 3 blockers on the track. Junkyard Joe.
Out with the lead.
Pack sorting itself out as they head into turn 4. One of the blockers.
Junkyard Joe hits it and quits it. Does not pick up any points, but you know what? Neither did Evil. Mids and Sniper going head-to-head once again.
Both teams at full strength. A little bit of hesitation there with the whistle, deciding what they're up to. Stella taking the outside line to get lead jam.
Pivot number 44, KO, in the box for the Killbillies.
Danny Boy heading to the box as a Killbilly blocker, so they'll start 2 down this next jam.
Stella called it after picking up 4, but not before the Killbillies picked up 3 of their own.
Sweet and Innocent lining up against Boom Boom Bethy. Looks like we've got a little merry-go-round going to happen here. So there's a big plan of what's going on at the whistle.
Jammer's playing a little bit of brain games in the back.
Sweet and Innocent and Boom Boom Bethy both fighting for lead jam. Sweet and Innocent getting taken out from the inside line with just 2 Killbilly blockers. Sweet and Innocent still being challenged by those 2 initial blockers. Some excellent double action between Rekia and 104, Freddie Bruiser.
Boom Boom Bethy will slip through, grab a few points, and call it.
Penalty box is now vacant, so both teams will once again start with 4 blockers on the track. We've got Little Swift of the Living Dead taking on number 13, Junkyard Joe of the Killbillies.
Our score going into Jam 4 of this second half is 60 for Energetic City Killbillies and 150 for Evil Living Dead.
Little Swift being taken out outside and drawn back to almost the jam line.
Giving Junkyard Joe time to grab lead.
Little Swift almost through the pack and taken out on the inside line, being cycled back once again. Junkyard Joe getting a cut track penalty, so she'll be heading to the box. That also means no lead jam status and a full 2-minute jam. Rekia joining as a blocker in the box.
Evil once again playing with their pack, no pack situation to help Swifty get through and pick up some points.
So Lil Swift continuing to skate as jammer, using some nice hip movement to get by those blockers untouched. Junkyard Joe also getting through on the inside line for some points. So for those of you here at Acadia Rec Center for Flat Track Fever, feel free to check out the unique leggings to match your style provided by the vendor Chantel Arbors. Or you can also look at Young Living with the essential oils and oil blends that take you on a sensory journey that can instantly soothe and enliven body and mind.
Mitt's running into Lurch and friends at the back having trouble. Meanwhile, Evil's out and got lead. Number 94, Lemon in the star for the Living Dead.
The pack moving at a reasonable pace. Lemon getting shoulders from KO and choosing to call it off. So just over 100-point differential between the Living Dead and Energetic City. So still 22 plus minutes remaining in their second half. So plenty of time to decrease that differential. Sweet and Innocent once again taking on Boom Boom Bethy off the line. Some good blocking work just at the end moment there to get Boom Boom Bethy lead jam ahead of Sweet and Innocent. Pack resetting itself in turn 3. Boom Boom Bethy getting some points and calling it off. Sweet and Innocent managing to get one point before that call
1 point
off.
across the board. That'll be a timeout for the Living Dead. I would ask the refs to remind them, to remind both teams. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like you were legit checking if you're bleeding. If you are bleeding, don't track. Lay down, keep the puddle. If you do not have a garbage will be provided to you. Still our Sniper and Junkyard Joe on the line.
Junkyard Joe just missing the hips of an Evil blocker getting through for lead jam on the inside. We have a Kill Billy going to the box with a forearm penalty. That's Francis Breakham going to the box.
Junkyard Joe gets knocked into the middle, has to cycle to the back. Sniper running into Danny Boy up front will make it Bayer on a no pack.
Actually, Danny Boy going to the box, and that play. Getting a bunch of penalties here from the Killbillies. It's the third one this jam, and Junkyard Joe choosing to call it off.
You may notice a couple junior skaters ripping around the outside, fixing the track. If you have a young one of your own who might be interested in joining the exciting world of roller derby, check out Southern Alberta Junior Roller Derby, promoting safety, cooperation, and wholesome fun and entertainment for the whole family. My son turns 8 in the fall and he might play junior.
So Energetic City starting with a full box, including the jammer, meaning power start for Little Swift off the line, just looking to get past 2 pink blockers, and does that with relative ease for lead jam status.
I'm going to play a no roll and pack here.
Yeah, the pack just still hanging out within the first 10 feet that they started at.
Danny Boy back on the track.
Skating. Lil Swift staying inside despite being pushed, managing to make 2 points passes before the other jammer joining the track. We have another pink blocker going to the box. That's number, I think that's T-Bone going to the box.
And Swifty will call it. Maybe they just have really good snacks in the penalty box today.
I'd like to play somewhere that has snacks in the penalty box.
I'd feel less bad about going there all the time. Sweet and Innocent lining up against number 97, Mitz.
The pack lining up heavily against each other. They're allowed to touch each other before the whistle. They just can't sort of take movement and action. So Mitz playing that well, being patient and getting through on the outside line for lead jam. However, Living Dead blocker going to the box for a penalty.
That'll even out their blocker to blocker ratio. That'll be 3 points for the Killbillies and none for the Living Dead. Bringing our score after 10 jams in the second half to 72 for the Killbillies and 191 for the Living Dead, with just a little over 18 minutes left to play.
So both teams have a blocker in the box. Boom Boom Bethy of the Killbillies taking on Stella Sniper of the Living Dead. Boom Boom Bethy looking to utilize her own teammates to make a hole. Lurch using her hips to get her down, but not out on the, oh, looks like it was indeed out as Boom Boom Bethy gets a cut track and heads to the box.
Stella now with the power jam and lead jam status, looking to take advantage of that penalty.
Becca Gunarecki doing a nice job of holding the jammer back around the corner.
Nice big love tap on White's jammer.
Attica Finch holding back that pink blocker to delay her reforming with her teammates. Boom Boom Bethy getting knocked around a bit by the Living Dead pack, but managing to stay on the inside line this time to get through. Killbillies choosing to make an official review. That's what it means when they put their hands like a little O above their heads.
Flat Track Fever is brought to you in part by the acclaimed Rydell Solaris Skate. Solaris, the performance you demand, the comfort you've been missing.
If you'd like to make your afternoon a little more comfortable, you might want a beverage. Thank you to Peterson Contracting for sponsoring our beer garden. Peterson Contracting, a multi-trade company. See them for all your electrical, plumbing, gas, and HVAC needs, and you can check them out on Facebook at www.facebook.com/peterscontracting.
The Killbillies were looking for a cut track call on Eville's jammer. The jammer did come in hips behind, nice and legal, so there is no call to be made, and the Killbillies lose their official review.
So the jam will start with Junkyard Joe as jammer for the Killbillies, Lil Swift jamming for Living Dead. Living Dead taking sort of the back wall off the start there and swarming Junkyard Joe.
Little Swifty with some quick feet gets out the front and grabs that lead jam status.
Some nice tippy toe action there by Junkyard Joe to stay in the line and get through on the inside.
Swifty will call it before Joe has a chance to grab any points.
If you're in the building and would like to know who else is here as vendors, we also have Origami Owl Custom Jewelry at the back, helping you tell your story through jewelry, as well as Creative Vitality, helping you create a deeper understanding of your own unique body and systems. Sweet and Innocent taking advantage of the space Lurch created to get through on the inside line, however getting cycled back on the outside. Lead jam still up for grabs, and Sweet and Innocent takes it out of corner 2. Pack working to get itself reset, Lurch preventing that from happening in an easy manner.
Lurch and Attica Finch making a jammer sandwich just before the whistle. Yeah, it's 30. Yeah, it's 30. Like, wait, why are you? I don't know. They just make me talk for X amount of time. Well, I have. You don't need to read. Getting through quick was the Eville jammer.
Meanwhile, 81 from T-Bone going to the box, I believe, for a back block.
Ooh, big hip from KO will take Stella Sniper into the center where she will call it off. And she will, number 44 KO, the pivot for the Killbillies, will take a low block penalty for that hip check. track advantage to the Living Dead as we start this jam. Little Swifty making it through, grabbing that lead.
Living Dead with a full set of blockers, continuing to hold the Junkyard Joe at the back. Junkyard Joe using her teammate Freddie Bruiser to get some leverage out of there.
Nice little whip.
Jam goes on long enough to get all of the penalty box cleared for the Killbillies. Lemon returning to the jamming rotation for the Living Dead, taking on Mitts of the Killbillies this round. Nice hole created by Freddie Bruiser on the outside line for Mitts. Takes it but gets knocked out.
Lemon sprints through on her toe stops to grab that lead jam status.
Junkyard Joe continuing to be challenged at the, Mitts continuing to be challenged at the back of the pack, being knocked out and cycled back. Lemon continuing to get through for another set of points. Mitts getting through on just before turn 3.
And Lemon will call it from the outside. Thank you to Buffalo Wild Wings for keeping our officials happy and nourished today. We do like happy officials.
Stellar Sniper taking on Boom Boom Bethy off the line. Boom Boom Bethy pushing out Stella, at the same time getting herself pushed out and drawn back behind Lurch, although Lurch gets a penalty on that play and will be heading to the box. Both jammers remain fighting for lead jam.
Both running up against some super tough walls in the pack.
We're hearing a number of whistlings which would indicate some penalties, although I've yet to see some people go to the box. Living Dead pivot heading to the box.
Killbillies have lead jam. Nice sweep by the Killbillies to let their jammer through, where she will call it on the other side after picking up 5 points.
Little Swifty going to the outside line, looking for lead jam. However, Junkyard Joe takes the inside line to get lead. And Little Swifty going to the box.
So power jam and lead jam status for the Killbillies.
Lemon getting out, Junkyard Joe and cycling them back. Pink pivot looking to help the jammer, utilizes power jam. Lemon continuing an excellent second effort, taking out the Junkyard Joe and cycling her to the back, making her work all the way through everyone again.
The Living Dead riding out that power jam with an excellent recycling program. giving Swifty time to return to the track. The Billies will call it before she has a chance to grab any points.
And T-Bone finding herself starting this jam in the penalty box. Sweet and Innocent going up against Mitz off the jam line. The pack setting up sort of at the jam line, sort of midway. Bit of a pause off the whistle to be strategic about their movements. Mitz taking the inside line for lead jam.
Faked him out and found a hole.
Living Dead pivot heading to the box. Charlie Horse will start the jam in the box, and T-Bone never got out, so that was less than 30 seconds of play.
Just enough time for Mitz to pick up 4 points and call it off before Evil could grab any.
So just over 7 minutes left in the game. Currently, Evil's Living Dead is at 227, and Energetic City Killbillies in pink are at 92. Stella working hard on the back side there to get through. At the same time, Boom Boom Bethy gets through for lead jam. A attempt at a helmet cover pass. However, I believe the one accepting the pass did not have a helmet cover, so there's a bit of general confusion right now.
Given that their pivot was in the box.
Yeah, and now the helmet cover for the jammer remains on the track.
Because the jammer who was the jammer was in the box.
And so the jammer's going to retrieve her helmet cover, because technically only the jammer or the pivot can touch them. So our jammer, Stella, being held up by 2 pink blockers at the box now that she has her helmet cover back on.
No one has lead jam status, as both jammers have taken a trip to the box this go-round.
Both teams getting their share, heading to the box. Blocker on both sides. Charlie Horse as the pivot, heading back once again. Boom Boom Bethy looking to dodge Lurch, but skates out, ends up getting out and having to cycle back. Lurch catching up with her. Meanwhile, our Living Dead jammer, Stella, skating onwards.
Lemon and Lurch making a nice diamond formation, holding on to that pink jammer. And that's 2 minutes.
Energetic City getting into the triple digits now with 101 and taking the time to call a timeout as we head into the last few minutes of play.
The 7th annual Flat Track Fever is hosted by Chinook City Roller Derby, Calgary's only co-ed roller derby league. Check us out online at chinookcity.ca.
And thank you to all the Chinook City helpers. Events like this don't happen without volunteers, and there's a lot of volunteers here today, be it the referees you see in stripes, the NSOs you see on the side, the announcers, or all the other folks helping with tickets and beer garden and track. So thank you to everyone for making this weekend possible. We appreciate you. So returning after that timeout, we have Little Swift for Living Dead taking on Junkyard Joe of the Killbillies. Killbillies are starting with one of their blockers in the penalty box. Little Swift going on the outside, getting some pink resistance, ultimately able to get lead jam. Pat continuing to hang out in the straightaway.
All 8
Living
blockers
Dead
working hard. A little skip over the apex there by Lil Swifty.
Junkyard Joe continuing to meet resistance through the Living Dead pack. They're continuing to cycle forward in front of her, preventing her from taking advantage of her offensive players.
Rocky Balboa will give her a nudge to the outside, make her come to the back.
Junkyard Joe getting hit out on the inside line, having to regain composure and go back behind the pack in turn 2. Little Swifty continuing to power through.
Successful star pass to pivot number 44, KO. Almost.
Junkyard Joe no longer the jammer, but gets a penalty.
KO, unsure if she had a penalty or not, skated out and all the way back around to the back. Which makes the star pass unsuccessful, and she has now removed the star.
Once again, a little helmet cover confusion that round there.
Star, who has the star?
So we're heading just into the almost last 2 minutes of play here. Currently, the Living Dead are at 261, and Energetic City's Killbillies are at 101.
Visit Buffalo Wild Wings All Ages Sports Bar, 1 block west and 1 block south on McLeod Trail. Mention Team D to help support Junior Roller Derby.
There is, if you don't want to go all that way, you can get some beer here at the beer garden on the side with the lovely snow fence. They'll let you have some alcoholic beverages.
Good golly, so here's what happened with that official review. The jammer went to the box after an illegal, not allowed star pass. Meanwhile, the pivot kept the star on her head. Once the jammer was in the box and it was determined that it was an illegal star pass, instead of just dropping the star back on the track, she stashed it. You can't stash it. You got to put it on the ground. So she is now in the box for stashing the star. I think that covers it.
I think if they actually change it so it's a legal period to stash it, like you used to be able to do, I think it doesn't matter. Even the jammer's not allowed to stash it in their shirt anymore.
No.
So the important part of all of that, the Killbilly Jammer Junkyard Joe will start in the box, meaning Sweet and Innocent has no jammer resistance. Living Dead doing a sort of pullback play intending to break pack, limiting the resistance for Sweet and Innocent in turn 1. Killbilly's doing a good job of some footwork there, making Sweet and Innocent work for that lead jam status.
Junkyard Joe's rejoined the fray and is looking to make it through that strong back evil wall. Some bridging action by the Billies.
Pack hanging out in the straightaway between 2 and 3. Junkyard Joe going to the box as the jammer for a back block, I believe. Joined by teammate number 5, Beckham Ganarekia, as a blocker.
Meaning with just a little over a minute left in game time, Sweet and Innocent is back on that power jam party.
So Freddie Bruiser, last minute shoulder there, getting out Sweet and Innocent, forcing them to go all the way back around. Almost the same spot, Pink Pivot manages to get out the Sweet and Innocent, again cycling them back as a jammer.
Junkyard Joe once again has served her time, again. Lurch will pick up a cut track penalty and will head on over to the box. And that's the end of that. So that Kurt So Good will call that one the last jam.
So the unofficial final score, we have the Living Dead with 277 and the Killbillies of Energetic City with 101. That's now the final score.
Strong showing by both teams. Good job all around. Don't forget to check out the beer gardens. We'll have another game coming at you in about half an hour.
Did you know that by the time I'm 14, I'm twice as likely to drop out of sports as a boy my age?
Playing roller derby has helped me overcome anxiety,
Helped me to be more outgoing at school, get more self-confident,
And feel good about myself.
and Girls on Track wants to help more girls like me have a chance to succeed.
by improving access to junior roller derby.
Help Girls on Track break down barriers so girls like us can break down walls.
Learn more, get involved, and donate at girlsontrackfoundation.org.
Unleash your inner beast with the Radar Halo.
Nerd Roller Skates is your dedicated quad roller skate shop in Calgary, Alberta.
Being a nerd is about being really excited and really passionate about a really specific thing. And the thing that we are really excited and passionate about is roller skates.
Nerd Roller Skates, for people who roll.
Did you know that by the time I'm 14,
I'm twice as likely
to drop out of sports as a boy my age?
Playing roller derby has helped me overcome anxiety,
Helped me to be more outgoing at school, get more self-confident,
And feel good about myself.
and Girls on Track wants to help more girls like me have a chance to succeed.
by improving access to junior roller derby.
Help Girls on Track break down barriers so girls like us can break down walls.
Learn more, get involved, and donate at girlsontrackfoundation.org.
Unleash your inner beast with the Radar Halo.
Nerd Roller Skates is your dedicated quad roller skate shop in Calgary, Alberta.
Being a nerd is about being really excited and really passionate about a really specific thing. And the thing that we are really excited and passionate about is roller skates.
Nerd Roller Skates, for people who roll.
Did you know that by the time I'm 14, I'm twice as likely to drop out of sports as a boy my age?
Playing roller derby has helped me overcome anxiety,
Helped me to be more outgoing at school, get more self-confident,
And feel good about myself.
and Girls on Track wants to help more girls like me have a chance to succeed.
by improving access to junior roller derby.
Help Girls on Track break down barriers so girls like us can break down walls.
Learn more, get involved, and donate at girlsontrackfoundation.org.
Unleash your inner beast with the Radar Halo.
Nerd Roller Skates is your dedicated quad roller skate shop in Calgary, Alberta.
Being a nerd is about being really excited and really passionate about a really specific thing. And the thing that we are really excited and passionate about is roller skates.
Nerd Roller Skates, for people who roll.
Did you know that by the time I'm 14, I'm twice as likely to drop out of sports as a boy my age?
Playing roller derby has helped me overcome anxiety,
Helped me to be more outgoing at school, get more self-confident,
And feel good about myself.
and Girls on Track wants to help more girls like me have a chance to succeed.
by improving access to junior roller derby.
Help Girls on Track break down barriers so girls like us can break down walls.
Learn more, get involved, and donate at girlsontrackfoundation.org.
Unleash your inner beast with the Radar Halo.
All right, welcome to the game. I'm Rocky Scorer, and I'm one of your announcers today, and we have Lanaconda here as well.